Welcome back. This is Venu Muvvala, your career mentor. And if you're new here, a very warm welcome. Today's video is about one of the most frequently asked questions during an interview. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Interestingly, this is not a straightforward question. The answer to this question is not as simple as sharing your 5-year career goal with the interviewer. It's actually more than that. To tackle this question, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years, you first need to understand the intent of the question. The intent of the question is, they want to know if you have a career aspiration at all or if you're simply seeking a job. Because in general, people with career aspirations to grow within the company tend to be more engaged with the company and perform better than the ones who do not have any aspirations at all. So don't ever say, I don't know or I'm not sure. 2, they also want to gauge your long-term commitment to the company. They want to know if you'll really stick to the company, at least for another 5 years. Therefore, they want to know if your long-term career aspirations are in line with the growth opportunities existing in the organization. This is why they ask you this question. These are the 2 main objectives of this question, alright? So you need to think well and craft a response in such a way that it assures the interviewer these 2 objectives. Now, if you already mapped out your long-term career aspiration, fantastic. You've got the first objective covered. But if you haven't really thought about the long-term career aspiration, then now is the opportunity. So take some time, think through and decide on your long-term career aspiration, in this case for the next 5 years. However, while you decide your 5-year aspiration, think about how you're going to get there. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years from now? That is your short term. And from that point, how do you envision your career evolving over another 2-3 years? In fact, you should include this short-term perspective in your answer as well. It goes to show that you've thought well about your career progression. Alright? The next objective is to address your career aspiration versus the growth opportunities in the company. If it is a prestigious company or an industry-leading company that you're applying for, you then don't really have to do any homework to know if the company is growing. But if that is not the kind of the company you're interviewing for, you just have to do a little bit of research about the company to know their growth story, how they have been growing in the last few years, and how they want to grow in the next few years. For that, you just can look up the company's website. The company website should have some information about how the company has been growing over the years. They will also have their vision statement that usually indicates what they want to achieve over the next few years, and sometimes you can find their yearly goals as well. If you don't find sufficient information there, you can also search for news articles about the company and look up their social media profiles like LinkedIn and Facebook. There, you can get some insights into any major events that can highlight the company's growth prospects. This research will at least tell you if the company has been growing and will help you address the second objective. With this, you're ready to construct your own answer. Now, let's move on and look at the sample answer that you can use as a model to shape your own answer. But before we get to the sample, there's one tactless mistake most people make that you don't want to make, and that is talking about titles or designations. Saying something like, in the next 5 years, my target is to become a project manager or a director and so on. That's not really smart. Talking about targeting a title can make you appear that you're back of fame and authority. Of course, titles have their own importance, but it is rather crucial to convey what you can do for the employer. Keep in mind, especially in interviews, it's not about you, it's about them, it's about the employer. So instead of planning to say, I want to become a project manager, phrase it as, I want to take up higher responsibilities and manage projects. Or if you're in a technical line, instead of saying something like, I want to become a technical architect, say something like, I look forward to taking up the role of architecting technical solutions, something like that. Alright? And now let's move on to the sample answer. So when they ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, you can say something like this. Looking ahead over the next 5 years, my primary focus is on continuous learning and growth, all the while making a meaningful impact here at the company. In the short term, my aim is to really hone the skills necessary to shine in my current position. And in the long term, I see myself broadening my skill set, especially in the areas of project management, so that I can embrace even more significant responsibilities within the company, potentially stepping into leadership roles. I find it impressive how this company has been growing in the last few years, and honestly, the company's ambitious growth plans are pretty encouraging, and it also aligns with my career growth aspirations. So I'm really looking forward to playing a vital part in the company's journey towards realizing its long-term vision of becoming one of the top 10 companies in the country in this particular domain. If you would have noticed, I started with my immediate focus, then I talked about my short-term before I moved on to the long-term aspiration. And I did not use any titles, right? It's as simple as that. So now it's your turn to put together your answer along these lines and practice your answer well so that it flows naturally during the interview. Alright? So, best of luck with your upcoming interviews. Prepare thoroughly, exude confidence, and knock it out of the park. And remember, preparation is the key for success in interviews. It reduces your interview anxiety and also boosts your confidence immensely. Alright? So that was it for the video, guys. If you found this video helpful, please show your support with a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on interview tips and valuable insights to advance your career. Until next time, keep learning and keep rocking. Take care.